The year is 2475. Earth has changed. The scars of the old war still remain, but they are covered by steel, glass, and far, ELIGHT. Great cities float above the oceans. Towers rise through the clouds. Colonies spread across the moon, Mars, and even further. To the eyes of the common people, it looks like humanity has never been stronger. It looks like the world is finally safe, but appearances lie. Behind the shining walls, there is fear. The leaders know the truth. Soldiers whisper it in secret, and the stars themselves hold a warning. Something is coming. A fragile peace for 200 years. Humanity has lived in fragile peace. There are no wars between nations anymore. There are no armies marching against each other. Everyone remembers the cost of the last invasion, and everyone knows. Humans are too small to fight the universe again, so Earth's leaders built defenses. Great cannons on the moon, orbital shields around the planet. Fleets of warships patrolling the black skies. But these are just walls of paper. It's painted to look like iron. The alien enemy of the past had weapons far beyond human understanding. If they return, these defenses will not hold. And deep inside, the leaders know it. Whispers of fear, strange rumors spread among the colonies. Mining crews vanish without a trace. Communication stations go silent in the middle of the night. Entire settlements disappear, leaving behind only ruins and shadows. The governments call them accidents. They tell the people not to worry. They call it space hazards, equipment failure, human error. But the survivors tell a different story. They speak of ships that do not reflect light, creatures that move faster than thought, voices in the dark, whispering the same words again and again. Humanity should not exist. Humanity should have died long ago. A desperate search, the leaders grow desperate. They know Earth cannot win another war, not without help, not without heroes. But the heroes are gone. The saviors vanished long ago, leaving nothing behind but stories. The archives are searched. The ruins of the old war are studied. Every piece of forgotten technology is pulled from the shadows. And then, discovery. The signal deep in the outer colonies. A listening station picks up something unusual. At first it seems like noise, static, but when decoded, the sound chills. The blood of every man and woman who hears it, it is a human voice. Old, broken, but still clear. Repeating the same message over and over, we are not gone. We are waiting. When Earth calls, we will answer. The scientists check the signal again. It is not from Earth, not from any human colony. It is coming from deep space, from a ship thought lost centuries ago. A ship that once belonged to them, Savio. Fear returns, but before hope can spread, fear strikes first. The alien enemy returns, silent at first, striking the outer colonies. Ships burn, settlements fall. The same nightmare begins again. The aliens are stronger than before, smarter. They do not fight in open war. They strike from the shadows, leaving no survivors. And with each attack, one message is left behind. This time, there will be no saviors. The world trembles on Earth. The people do not know the full truth. The leaders keep it hidden, afraid of chaos. But rumors spread faster than light. Children whisper about shadows in the sky. Workers tell stories of ships seen on the horizon of Mars. Fear grows in every corner of human space. The world begins to tremble. Everyone remembers the old stories, the forgotten legends. And deep inside their hearts, one question rises again. Where are the saviors now? When we need them the most, the answer waits in silence. In the void of space, in the darkness between stars. The saviors are not gone. Not yet. And soon. The universe will remember their name. The year is 2475. Earth has changed. The scars of the old war still remain, but they are covered by steel, glass, and firelight. Great cities float above the oceans. Towers rise through the clouds. Colonies spread across the moon, Mars, and even further. To the eyes of the common people, it looks like humanity has never been stronger. It looks like the world is finally safe. But appearances lie. Behind the shining walls, there is fear. The leaders know the truth. The soldiers whisper it in secret. And the stars themselves hold a warning. Something is coming. A fragile peace for 200 years. Humanity has lived in fragile peace. There are no wars between nations anymore. There are no armies marching against each other. Everyone remembers the cost of the last invasion, and everyone knows. Humans are too small to fight the universe again, so Earth's leaders built defenses. Great cannons on the moon, orbital shields around the planet. Fleets of warships patrolling the black skies. But these are just walls of paper. It's painted to look like iron. The alien enemy of the past had weapons far beyond human understanding. If they return, these defenses will not hold. And deep inside, the leaders know it. Whispers of fear, strange rumors spread among the colonies. Mining crews vanish without a trace. Communication stations go silent in the middle of the night. Entire settlements disappear, leaving behind only ruins and shadows. The governments call them accidents. They tell the people not to worry. They call it space hazards, equipment failure, human error. But the survivors tell a different story. They speak of ships that do not reflect light, creatures that move faster than thought, voices in the dark, whispering the same words again and again. Humanity should not exist. Humanity should have died long ago. A desperate search that leaders grow desperate. They know Earth cannot win another war, not without help, not without heroes. But the heroes are gone. The saviors vanished long ago, leaving nothing behind but stories. The archives are searched. The ruins of the old war are studied. Every piece of forgotten technology is pulled from the shadows. And then, discovery. The signal deep in the outer colonies. A listening station picks up something unusual. At first it seems like noise, static, but when decoded, the sound chills. The blood of every man and woman who hears it, it is a human voice. Old, broken, but still clear. Repeating the same message over and over, we are not gone. We are waiting. When Earth calls, we will answer. The scientists check the signal again. It is not from Earth, not from any human colony. It is coming from deep space, from a ship thought lost centuries ago. A ship that once belonged to them, Savio. Fear returns, but before hope can spread, fear strikes first. The alien enemy returns, silent at first, striking the outer colonies. Ships burn, settlements fall. The same nightmare begins again. The aliens are stronger than before, smarter. They do not fight in open war. They strike from the shadows, leaving no survivors. And with each attack, one message is left behind. This time, there will be no saviors. The world trembles on Earth. The people do not know the full truth. The leaders keep it hidden, afraid of chaos. But rumors spread faster than light. Children whisper about shadows in the sky. Workers tell stories of ships seen on the horizon of Mars. Fear grows in every corner of human space. The world begins to tremble. Everyone remembers the old stories, the forgotten legends. And deep inside their hearts, one question rises again. Where are the saviors now? When we need them the most, the answer waits in silence. In the void of space, in the darkness between stars. The saviors are not gone. Not yet. And soon. The universe will remember their name. The year is 2475. Earth has changed. The scars of the old war still remain, but they are covered by steel, glass, and firelight. Great cities float above the oceans. Towers rise through the clouds. Colonies spread across the moon, Mars, and even further. To the eyes of the common people, it looks like humanity has never been stronger. It looks like the world is finally safe. But appearances lie. Behind the shining walls, there is fear. The leaders know the truth. The soldiers whisper it in secret. And the stars themselves hold a warning. Something is coming. A fragile peace for 200 years. Humanity has lived in fragile peace. There are no wars between nations anymore. There are no armies marching against each other. Everyone remembers the cost of the last invasion, and everyone knows. Humans are too small to fight the universe again, so Earth's leaders built defenses. Great cannons on the moon, orbital shields around the planet. Fleets of warships patrolling the black skies. But these are just walls of paper. It's painted to look like iron. The alien enemy of the past had weapons far beyond human understanding. If they return, these defenses will not hold. And deep inside, the leaders know it. Whispers of fierce, strange rumors spread among the colonies. Mining crews vanish without a trace. Communication stations go silent in the middle of the night. Entire settlements disappear, leaving behind only ruins and shadows. The governments call them accidents. They tell the people not to worry. They call it space hazards, equipment failure, human error. But the survivors tell a different story. They speak of ships that do not reflect light, creatures that move faster than thought. Voices in the dark whispering the same words again and again. Humanity should not exist. Humanity should have died long ago. Desperate search, the leaders grow desperate. They know Earth cannot win another war, not without help, not without heroes, but the heroes are gone. The saviors vanished long ago, leaving nothing behind but stories. The archives are searched. The ruins of the old war are studied. Every piece of forgotten technology is pulled from the shadows. And then, discovery. The signal deep in the outer colonies, a listening station picks up something unusual. At first, it seems like noise, static. But when decoded, the galaxy is vast. Billions of stars burn in silence. Countless worlds drift through the dark, forgotten by time, hidden in that endless sea. A signal waits. For centuries it slept, buried under dust, drowned in static, ignored by the machines of men. But now, for the first time, someone hears it. The discovery on the edge of known space, far from Earth, a lonely station listens to the void. It is small, forgotten, and manned by only a few tired workers. Most days, they hear nothing, just silence, just the cold breath of the universe. But one night the silence breaks. Sound emerges from the static. Weak, old, broken, but real. At first they think it is an echo, a ghost in the machine. But as they listen closer, their faces turn pale. It is not noise. It is a voice, a human voice. The message the workers record the signal, their hands shaking. The words are faint but clear enough to freeze their hearts. We are not gone. We are waiting. When Earth calls, we'll answer. The voice repeats again and again, the same message, endless, echoing through the blackness of space. One worker whispers, "It cannot be them. It's impossible." But another answers with fear in his eyes, and yet 'tis. A forgotten ship. The source of the signal is tracked. It does not come from Earth. It does not come from any human colony. It comes from the wreck of a ship. A ship thought destroyed during the First Great War. The ship's name is burned into history, though most of the world has forgotten it. It was one of the last vessels commanded by the saviors. It disappeared in the final battle, along with its crew. But now, speaks again. Silence from the leaders. The discovery is sent to Earth. The message reaches the hands of the leaders. But instead of hope, there is fear. The Council of Earth meets in secret. Some call the signal a trick. A trap set by the aliens to weaken humanity's will. Others argue it must be true, that the saviors never truly died, but the decision is made quickly. The message must be hidden. The people cannot know. Hope can be as dangerous as fear, and the leaders will not risk chaos, so the signal is buried. The workers who found it are silenced. And Earth continues to pretend nothing has changed. The whispers spread, but secrets cannot remain buried forever. Someone talks, a recording leaks, and soon the whispers spread faster than light. On colonies, in dark taverns, in crowded markets. People ask the same question. Is it them? Have the saviors returned? For the first time in centuries, the forgotten heroes are spoken of again. And for the first time, people feel something they have not felt in generations. Hope, the enemy listens, but hope has a cost. Far across the galaxy, beyond human sight, the enemy listens too. They intercept the signal, decode the voice, and their hatred burns. The aliens remember. They remember the saviors, the ones who defied them, the ones who bled to break their empire. And the aliens whisper among themselves, "This cannot be allowed. Humanity must die." And this time, no saviors will rise. The hunt begins from the shadows of the void. Alien ships begin to move. Silent hunters built for one purpose, to track the source of the signal, to destroy whatever remains. The saviors are not yet found. But the first sign of their return has awakened the universe. On Earth, the leaders fear rebellion. Among the people, hope grows like fire. And in the darkness of space, the enemy sharpens its blade. The game has begun again. The pieces move, the stage is set, and somewhere in the silent void, the saviors wait. The signal spreads like fire, across Earth, across the colonies, across the black sea of space. The people whisper of the savior's return. But whispers are dangerous. Whispers reach ears they were never meant to reach, and in the far corners of the galaxy, the enemy listens. The shadows stir. The old hatred wakes again. The first strike it begins quietly. Small mining colony on the edge of human territory. A place of dust, silence, and tired workers. One night, the stars above the colony vanish, blotted out by shapes darker than space itself. No alarms sound, no defenses rise. The attack is not a battle, it is a slaughter. The aliens move like shadows swift, silent, merciless. Their weapons burn without light, tearing through walls and bodies alike. The colony does not even send a distress call. By dawn, it no longer exists. The aliens leave nothing behind. Nothing except one message carved into the ruins, burned in fire for all to see. This time, there will be no saviors. Leaders of Earth receive the report. They hide it, as they always do. They cannot allow the people to know. But fear grows in their hearts. These new attacks are not random. They are precise. The aliens are hunting for the source of the signal, hunting for the ones who might still live. The saviors, and the leaders know, if the enemy finds them first, Earth will never have a second chance. The silent war more. Colonies fall. Communication station on Mars disappears overnight. A cargo fleet vanishes between the stars, leaving behind only drifting wreckage. Everywhere, the same pattern, no warning, no survivors. The people begin to notice. Questions spread. Why are ships not returning? Why are colonies going dark? And one question louder than all, are the saviors really back? The leaders cannot answer. They bury the truth under lies. But lies cannot stop fear. And fear begins to spread faster than any signal. The enemy revealed for the first time in centuries, the aliens show their faces again. A single ship appears near Saturn's rings. The patrol fleet rushes to intercept. It is the largest warship Earth has ever built, armed with cannons, missiles, and shields. The alien ship is small, silent, almost invisible. The human fleet fires first. Hundreds of missiles streak into the dark. The alien ship does not move. It does not dodge. It only waits. And then, with one flash, the human fleet is gone. Every ship, every soldier, burned into silence in a single heartbeat. The alien ship vanishes again, leaving no trace but wreckage floating in the cold. When the report reaches Earth, the leaders are shaken to the core. The message is clear. The enemy has returned, and they are stronger than ever. Fear of the past, but the enemy's greatest weapon is not their ships, it is memory. The aliens know what humans fear most: extinction. They know the stories of the First War still live in shadows of history. And so they spread terror with every strike in the darkness between stars. Alien voices echo through stolen channels, whispering to every ear that dares to listen. We remember you, humans. Remember your heroes. But your heroes are dust. Heroes are forgotten. This time, nothing will save you. A desperate hope on Earth, the Council meets again. Some demand war, some demand surrender. All are afraid, but one voice rises above the rest. An old general, scarred by battles long forgotten, he looks at the others and says, "If the saviors truly live, we must find them before the enemy does. If not, then humanity is already dead." The room falls silent, because deep inside, every leader knows the truth. Earth cannot survive this war alone. Not this time. The shadow grows, the aliens continue their silent hunt. They leave no survivors, no mercy, no hope. But in their cruelty, they make a mistake. Because every attack, every whisper, every strike reminds humanity of the legends it tried to forget, the saviors. And somewhere, hidden in the dark, those legends are waking. Beneath the red sands of Mars, deep below the surface where no satellite can see, there lies a vault. It has been sealed for centuries. No human remembers it. No record speaks of it. It is invisible to history itself, but inside, something waits. Rows of stasis pods line the chamber, each one glowing faint blue, like frozen stars trapped in glass. Silent figures rest inside, their faces calm, their bodies unmoving, their hearts slowed to the edge of death. For centuries, they have slept, unseen, unheard, forgotten until now. The awakening begins. The signal reaches them. The ancient voice calling from deep space echoes. Inside the vault, the machines stir, the pods hiss, and one by one, they open. The first figure falls to the ground, gasping for air. The second rises with eyes glowing faint gold. The third clenches a fist, and the metal floor cracks beneath their strength. These are not ordinary humans. They were once soldiers, scientists, leaders, but centuries of stasis and alien technology have changed them. They are faster, stronger, sharper. No longer just men and women. They are something greater. They are the saviors. Memories of fire, but awakening is not peace. The saviors do not open their eyes to comfort. They open their eyes to pain. Memories flood back, the screams of the old war, the fire of burning cities, the sacrifice that ended it all, and most of all, the choice that condemned them to silence. They remember standing in the light of the enemy mothership. They remember giving everything. And then darkness, now they live again. But the world they once saved has forgotten them. Their names are erased, their deeds buried. And already the enemy has returned. The new world, the saviors climb from the vault and look at Mars above them. But the Mars they see is not the Mars they remember. Once, it was empty red desert. Now it is alive with great domes, towers, and colonies. Humans walk its surface freely, as if it had always been theirs. The saviors realize centuries have passed. Generations born and buried. The world moved on without them. But humanity is not safe. They can feel it. In the air, in the silence. The whispers carried by the stars. The enemy is back. The gift and the curse each savior discovers what they have become. One finds their strength has grown beyond human limits. Another sees visions of the future in fragments of light. Another hears voices across distances no machine can reach. They are no longer only human. The alien technology used to preserve them has changed their bodies, their blood, their minds. They are weapons now. Weapons the world is not ready to accept, and deep inside, they know the truth. Humanity may not trust them. Humanity may even fear them. But without them, Earth is already lost. The first gathering, the saviors move together, their steps heavy with memory and purpose. They speak little. Words are not needed between them. They were forged in war, in sacrifice, in pain. Their bond is unbreakable. One voice, deep and steady, breaks the silence. The enemy has returned. Another answers, "Then so have we." They do not smile. They do not celebrate. There is no joy in what comes next. It's only duty. Only war. The shadows stir, but even as they rise, the enemy draws near. Alien scouts prowl the edges of Mars, searching for the hidden vault. They know. They feel it. The saviors have awakened, and so the hunt sharpens. The shadows grow closer. The stage for the next war begins to build. Earth's last hope, the saviors look to the stars. The enemy is waiting. The humans are unprepared. The leaders are blind, but none of that matters. Because the saviors were never chosen. They were never ordered, they chose themselves. They fought once to save Earth. They will fight again, not for glory, not for reward, but because this is what it means to be human. The awakening is complete. The saviors have returned, and soon the universe will remember their name. The saviors have awakened. The legends live again. And for the first time in centuries, humanity has hope. But hope is never simple. Hope brings fear, hope brings doubt. And when the saviors rise, Earth does not welcome them with open arms. Instead, the world trembles. First contact news spreads quickly. On Mars, workers claim to have seen figures walking in the red dust, too strong, too fast, too strange to be human. On Earth, intercepted signals show movement from the old vaults. In secret chambers, the leaders whisper one name in shock and disbelief: the saviors. At first, there is silence. No one knows what to do. For generations, the saviors were only myth. Now they are real, alive, changed. But instead of joy, there is fear, a dangerous secret the Council of Earth meets. In hidden rooms, their faces pale, their voices sharp. They were weapons once, one leader says. Now they are something worse. They are not even human anymore, another spits. Look at what the stasis did to them. Look at what they became. Room grows colder, because deep inside, each leader knows the truth. The saviors are powerful, too powerful. If they rise again, they will not just fight the aliens. It will also challenge the rule of men. And so, a decision is made. The saviors must not be trusted. They must be controlled or destroyed. The people divided on the streets of Earth. The story spreads. Some celebrate. Children whisper about heroes returned from legend. Workers tell each other that maybe humanity is not doomed after all. For the first time, laughter returns to broken cities, but others are afraid. They are not like us anymore, some say. They were humans once, but now they are something else. Rumors grow. Some claim the saviors are monsters. Others claim they are spies, planted by the aliens themselves. The world divides between those who pray for the saviors to lead, and those who beg for them to be destroyed. A meeting in shadows, the saviors know the fear. They feel it in the eyes of every soldier who looks at them, and they hear it in the whispers of every city they pass through. And still, they try to speak. On Mars, they stand before the council. Their leader steps forward, his voice steady, his words simple. The enemy has returned. If you fight alone, you will lose. Let us fight with you. But the council does not answer with trust. They answer with silence, with suspicion. With armed guards waiting in the shadows of the chamber, one council member finally speaks. You are not the same as before. You are stronger, faster, deadlier. Tell me, saviors, what makes you different from the enemy you claim to fight? The words cut deep. Because the saviors have no answer, betrayal in the dark that night, the decision becomes action. The governments of Earth send orders in secret. Track them, watch them. If they resist, eliminate them. The saviors, once heroes, are now hunted like criminals. Satellites follow their every move. Drones shadow them in the skies. Assassins wait in the dark, ready to strike if commanded. The saviors know, they always know.
Oh.
But they do not strike back. Not yet. The weight of sacrifice around their campfire on the Martian sands. The saviors speak softly. One asks, did we not give everything once? Did we not bleed for them? And this is what remains: fear, hatred. Another answers they are afraid. They cannot see the truth yet. But when the aliens come for them, they will remember who we are. Their leader looks to the stars, silent, because deep inside, he knows the truth. The humans may never accept them. The humans may always fear them, and yet the saviors will fight, because they are not here for trust. They are here for survival. The storm builds far away. The aliens grow stronger. Each day, more colonies vanish. Each night, new ships arrive at the edge of human space. Invasion is coming. But instead of standing united, humanity is broken. Its leaders fear the very heroes who could save them. Its people are divided, lost between hope and terror. And the saviors stand alone. Earth's betrayal, one final order is sent from the Council. It is short, cold, and final. If the saviors refuse control, they must be destroyed. The betrayal is complete. The heroes who saved humanity once are now enemies in the eyes of the very world they bled for. And yet, the saviors do not turn away. They do not abandon Earth. Because no matter how much the world fears them, no matter how much the leaders betray them, humanity is still worth saving. The saviors will fight, even if they fight alone. It starts at the edge of the solar system. The alien fleet arrives in silence. Dozens at first, then hundreds, then thousands. Their ships are darker than night, their weapons brighter than suns. They move like predators, patient and precise. Cutting through human defenses with ease, the colonies fall one by one. Neptune, Uranus, Saturn's rings. Each becomes a graveyard of broken ships and burning stations. The aliens leave nothing behind but silence. Earth trembles on Earth. Sound. The Council hides in bunkers. The armies prepare, but their faces show fear. Everyone remembers what happened last time. The saviors stand ready. They watch the sky, their eyes cold, their hands steady. They know what is coming. They know what must be done, and yet the humans hesitate. The leaders still whisper of control, still fear their own heroes, until the first alien fleet breaks through. Mars, and all fear turns into desperation. The call to arms, the cities of Mars burn. Colonies collapse. Millions cry out for help. And finally, the humans realize the truth. They cannot win this war alone. Never could. The message spreads across every channel, every frequency, every voice. Saviors, help us. The return. Of legends, the saviors answer, not with words. With fire, they rise into the skies of Mars faster than any ship. They strike the alien fleet with strength beyond human limits. Blades of light, fists of steel, minds sharper than machines. The aliens. Once hunters, now feel fear because they remember. They remember these warriors. They remember the sacrifice that once destroyed them. And now, the legends have returned. The battle begins. The battle begins. The war spreads across the stars. The saviors fight on the front lines, but not alone. Their courage awakens the humans. Soldiers rally. Civilians rise. For the first time in centuries, humanity stands together. But the enemy is vast. For every alien ship destroyed, 10 more arrive. For every victory, there is another loss. The cost is heavy. A war of sacrifice on the surface of Mars. One savior stands against an entire army. He fights until his body breaks, until the ground itself is red with fire. When the dust clears, he is gone. But so are the enemy. In the orbit of Earth, another savior takes control of a human fleet. Her mind links with every ship, guiding them as one. She turns chaos into order, fear into fire. But in the end, her voice fades. Her sacrifice saves the planet below. One by one, the saviors fall. Not as myths, not as monsters. Turning point, the enemy's mothership arrives. It's larger than any city, darker than the void itself. Its weapons charge, ready to erase Earth in a single strike. The humans have nothing left. The armies are broken. The fleets are burning. The leaders kneel in silence, but the saviors rise once more. Those who remain gather for one final stand. Their bodies broken, their strength fading, but their will unshaken. One speaks. We are not fighting for victory. We are fighting so humanity remembers who they are. Another answers, then let us remind them. The last stand, the saviors launch themselves into the heart of the mothership. Through fire, through shadows, through death itself, The battle shakes the stars. Every strike echoes like thunder. Every sacrifice burns like a sun. The mothership begins to break. Right? But the saviors know the truth. This battle will end them. They will not survive, and still they fight, because this is not about them. It never was. It is about humanity. Victory and silence at last. The mothership explodes. The enemy fleet collapses. The sky is clear. The invasion ends. Earth survives. Humanity endures. But the saviors are gone. No bodies. Only silence. Legends. Reborn, the people cry out in grief. But grief becomes pride. Pride becomes memory. And memory becomes legend once again. The world knows the truth now. The saviors were real. They lived. They fought. They died. And in their final stand, they saved humanity once more. Some whisper they are not truly gone. Yet somewhere in the dark they wait, waiting for the day Earth calls again. And when that day comes, the universe will tremble. The ruins of Mars still smoke. The colonies drift in silence, scarred by fire. Earth itself mourns in silence, its cities heavy with grief. The people celebrate their survival, but the joy is hollow, because everyone knows the truth. They are alive today because of them, because of the saviors. But the saviors are gone. No ships, no bodies, no graves, only memories, carved into the hearts of those who saw them fight. A broken world remembers, for the first time in centuries. People speak their names openly. Songs are sung, stories are told. Children gather around fires to listen, as elders whisper of the warriors who rose from myth. The governments, once filled with fear, now stand ashamed. They tried to control the saviors. They even tried to destroy them. But when the end came, it was not the leaders who stood in defense of humanity. It was the very heroes they feared. The council orders monuments built, great towers of stone and steel rising into the skies. Statues of warriors carved in fire and light. But the saviors are not there to see them. Whispers of doubt still. Questions remain. Where did they go? Did they die in the fire of the mothership? Or did they vanish into the shadows of the universe once again? Some believe they are truly gone. That their sacrifice was final, their bodies turned to dust among the stars. But others whisper something different. That the saviors are not dead. That they sleep again, hidden in vaults across forgotten worlds. That one day when the darkness rises once more, they will awaken again. The enemy's shadow and far beyond human sight. In the endless void, something stirs. The alien empire is broken but not destroyed. Fragments of their fleets scatter into the dark. Their voices echo still, cold and full of hate. We will return. We will finish what we began. The universe is not safe. The war is not truly over. And humanity's greatest battle may still lie ahead. A world changed yet, Earth is not the same as before. The Savior's sacrifice has changed everything. The people, once divided by fear, now stand united in memory. Nations that once hid behind walls now share their strength. Colonies that once fought for resources now rebuild together. For the first time in history, humanity remembers what it means to be one, not because of leaders, not because of armies, but because of the forgotten heroes who gave everything. The silence of legends, but time is cruel. Generations pass quickly. Stories fade into myths. Myths fade into silence. The monuments remain, but they gather dust. The songs are sung less often. The names of the saviors are whispered less and less, until once again they are forgotten. Just as they were before, the eternal cycle history is a circle. Heroes rise, sacrifice is made, and then the world forgets. But the truth does not vanish. The truth waits in the dark, hidden among the stars. The truth beats in the blood of a human who dares to fight when all hope is gone, because the saviors are not only a group, they are a symbol, a reminder of what humanity can become when the end is near. The final whisper in somewhere, deep in the void where no light reaches, A voice stirs again, gold broken, but eternal. We are not gone. We are waiting. When Earth calls, we will. Answer. The universe holds its breath. Because legends never die. They only wait. The saviors are forgotten, but not forever.